All right, welcome back to the Digital Web Kings podcast, where knowledge becomes cash. And if you've listened to the first two episodes, then you already understand something that most people never figure out. Making money online isn't about luck. It's not about being early, and it's definitely not about chasing every single shiny opportunity that pops up in your feed every single day, right? The early thing that's you're going to hear all of the time. You're going to hear in this industry, you're always going to hear timing is everything. Get in early, get in fast, get in quick, get in now. That is a sales tactic. That's a high pressure sales tactic. And usually things that are not stable, they use that because they know that they're not going to be around very long, right? So when you see people saying that, get in now, get in now. I'm stacking my team, I'm stacking my business partners, and if you the earlier you are, the more money you're going to make. Um, be leery. I'm not saying that that's definitely going to be a scam, but what I'm saying is be leery and start thinking in the avenue of longevity, right? Because if you're looking at something that just started, be very leery, especially if they're pushing that, be early because they know that 6 months from now, 9 months from now, a year from now, they're not going to be around. That opportunity is going to go away. And if you've bought into it early, you're going to need to start over again with something else. So stability is something that is important, and it's not, that doesn't happen by luck. All right. And it doesn't happen by chasing every shiny opportunity. So today's episode is important because we're going to talk about why most online businesses fail, even when the person running them is motivated, intelligent, and willing to work. And more importantly, I'm going to show you how to build something that actually pays consistently, reliably, right? Now, here's the hard truth that most gurus won't say. Most people don't fail online because they're lazy. They fail because they're building backwards. So when you go to one of these gurus out there and these specialists and you give them money for their course, I'm not even going to go down the road of the course thing. All right. I will make this solemn vow right now. I will never sell a course ever. I will not ask anybody ever to pay me for knowledge. I will never ask anybody to pay me for information, right? I am Everything that I'm giving is free. Everything that you get through me is absolutely free. All right. Everything you get from me is absolutely free. I'm never going to sell a course, and I'm never going to charge you for a coaching program or any of that BS like that. Right. But the gurus, they want you to think that if you work hard, you'll make money online. And that's just not the case. You have to work smart whenever you're building a business online. Most businesses fail because they're building backwards. You start with a link, a product, a hype post, or a done for you system, right? But they never start with the foundation. And without a foundation, nothing compounds, nothing lasts, nothing is stable enough to last without a foundation. So think about it like this. You wouldn't build a house by starting with the roof. But that's exactly what people do online because they want that end piece right away. They want that making money passively right now overnight. And that just doesn't happen. You have to build it first. You can get there. It's definitely something that you can get to, but you just have to go about it in the right way, right? So you can't chase traffic before you understand systems, right? You can't chase commissions before you understand cash flow. You can't chase results before you understand structure, is what I'm trying to say. You can't do those things and then wonder why nothing sticks. The three reasons that most fail. Let's break this down clearly as I can, anyways. Most online businesses fail for three reasons. Number one, no real education. People are taught what to promote, not how money actually moves. They're told, post this, send traffic here, just trust the system. But when something breaks, you're lost. Education is leverage. And if you don't understand the machine, you cannot scale it. Number two, no traffic control. Traffic is the lifeblood of any online business. Without traffic, you can't sell anything. You can't refer anybody to anything. You can't give anybody any information if there's no traffic. Most people rely on social media algorithms, friends and family, random group posts. That's not control. That's hope. And if you don't control traffic, you don't control income. And number three, no compounding system. Most side hustles pay once. $100 here, $100 there, a couple $100 a week maybe. Real businesses compound. They improve your credit, they improve your cash flow, they improve your tax position, they improve your leverage over time. If what you're building doesn't get stronger each month, it will eventually collapse. So what actually works? Now let's talk about what does work. A real online business is built in this order. Foundation first. You need education, structure, and real financial tools. That's why I always start people with a foundational system, not hype and not promises, but skills and financial literacy. Because when you understand credit, when you understand cash flow, when you understand taxes, when you understand leverage, you stop chasing money and start attracting it. I'm going to go into credit very soon in an entire episode, because the very foundation of success in America is built on credit. If you have terrible credit, nothing you build is going to last, right? At some point, you're going to need to fall back on that credit. So we're going to get into that down the road. But when you understand this stuff, the credit, the cash flow, the taxes, the leverage, you stop chasing money and start attracting it. Traffic is second. Once the foundation is solid, traffic becomes fuel, not stress. Paid traffic, automated traffic, predictable traffic. Traffic should be something you deploy, not something you beg for. You must not put, you've heard this before, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? Multiple income streams last. This is where most people get it wrong. Multiple income streams don't come first. They come after the foundation and traffic are in place. Then you add the income streams. But like I said in the previous episodes, it can't just be random income streams, t-shirts and insurance. It has to be something that connects. Otherwise, you're doubling your workload. And when you don't get any money from either one of them, then you get jaded and you just quit, right? And that's the next thing that comes is the mindset shift. Here's the mindset shift that I want you to take from this episode. Stop asking, how fast can I make money? Remember, everybody wants that overnight success. Everybody wants that get rich quick, and it just doesn't happen. And I wish that it did, just as much as you do. I wish that it did, but it just doesn't happen. It's not real. It's not out there. And if you keep chasing that online, you are always going to get jaded. You are always going to get burned. Instant success, overnight success, get rich quick doesn't work. And that's why I use the system that I use, because that's not what it's about. So if you stop asking, how fast can I make money? And I know everybody needs money right now. And we're going to get into how you can at least start getting money right now. You're not going to be able to get the thousands of dollars a week overnight. right? You will get to that point if you use the tools that I've used to do it, the actual system that I've done to do it, that I'm walking you through step by step. If you use this system, you will get to that point, but you have to follow the system and you have to start with the foundation. And you can't ask yourself, how fast can I get money? How fast can I make money? You have to start asking, how strong is what I'm building? Because think of it like this. If you're chasing money that you want, that you need, that you got to have right now, if you want to know how fast you can make money, so you go out there and you start promoting things that you can make money very fast with. Like we said, no foundation, it's not going to last. So 6 months from now, you're going to have to go through that beginning process all over again. And that's not what we want. We want to start something once and stick with it and keep it compounding, keep it growing. So ask yourself, how strong is what I'm building? Because fast money without structure disappears, but structured money compounds. That's the difference between hustlers and kings. Now, if this episode hit home, good. It was supposed to. In the next episode, we're going to talk about how knowledge turns into cash and why the people who invest in learning always end up ahead. Knowledge becomes leverage. Leverage becomes income. And when people start with knowledge, when people start with learning and information, they always end up ahead, even if they started behind. Even if all these other people out there are going out there and they're pushing something, maybe a health and beauty product that just came out. That's a big industry that everybody rushes to. And it's also a big industry that everybody ends up crashing in, right? You go into that industry, you may do well for 6 months, but after that, you're looking for something else. I mean, that's a no-brainer. And I'm talking about that from experience as well, by the way, not just what I see every day, but what I've experienced myself. So I want you to stick around for episode 4, because in episode 4, we're going to talk about how knowledge becomes cash and why the educated people always win. This is the Digital Web Kings podcast, where knowledge becomes cash.